Washington. And in this video, we're going to talk about a photo I made this past weekend at a wedding that I photographed in Dunton Hot Springs, Colorado. The photo's a little bit more involved and something I'm pretty proud of too. And so I'm going to kind of walk you through how I put it together, how some past thinking and past experience at that particular venue came into account, and hopefully how you can think similarly and make a cool photo like this as well. So first of all, Dunton Hot Springs is an amazing wedding venue. It's so cool. I've been there a couple times for weddings now, and would obviously love to go back. So if you're ever in need of a wedding venue in Colorado and want some snow in the wintertime, it's a great spot, super cool. We were definitely caught in a bit of a snowstorm. It was snowing all day, all night, the day before. And so definitely snow was a huge part of that weekend. The couple are really into the outdoors. They love being in that environment. They wore boots, you know, they just were ready for it and really wanted to embrace all the snow. And so that was definitely a huge part of it. I feel like a big part of my work isn't only capturing the little minute details, but also the scope and the feel of everything. So a lot of my photos have kind of big expansive things and a really good sense of place. And so as they were starting their first dance, I really wanted to get the context of where that was. And so we opened the doors because we were feeling a little bit cramped, and I ran out because I had taken a photo in this same spot previously at another elopement that I had photographed, and really just thought opening these doors and waiting for the right moment would be a really cool way to capture the overall feel and vibe of the weekend. I was photographing alongside the videographers White and Reverie, who are amazing. You guys should look them up. So Kaylin and I ran outside and tried to kind of just wait for the right moment in the shot, but we didn't have a ton of time since it was a first dance and you only get, a couple minutes. A thing that I see a lot in my work is that I photograph a lot of vertical shots. A lot of that ends up being because Instagram, it works really well. Pinterest, a lot of social media, just because our phones are vertical, a lot of the times that just fits really well. Also, a lot of magazines and blogs, just publications prefer vertical shots. So I ran out, took this photo vertically and a couple series. Once I knew that I had this particular photo that I liked, I was able to come back in, make sure I wasn't freezing everybody out and everything like that, and kind of move on. But as dinner started, I had a little bit of free time, and so I was thinking through that photo particularly and wishing that I would have taken a wider shot. I would have ran back a little bit further, got more of the scene, knowing that I could take the subject, the dance matter of it, and overlay it on top of a wider photo. I literally just took this photo, dragged it onto the other one, hit transform, brought my opacity down a little bit so that I could kind of see what I was working with. Wanted to lock those layers, and I just moved it down until the opening right here looked about the same, so that I could easily go back in here and adjust. So once the overlay was set, all I had to do is go through with my erase tool, just kind of erase that other top layer. You can definitely do this with layer masks, all sorts of stuff, if you don't want your editing to be destructive, but I don't really care that much. I just want to make it quick, so I just went through, erased all that other stuff, and ended up with this photo. Now, it was snowing sideways, and like I said, snow was a huge part of this whole weekend, but I was inside, I was without a flash, without anything like that to light up the snow originally for the dance photo. When I went outside, I also put a flash on my camera, knowing that I wanted to capture the snow element of it, and that I could double expose the snow overlay on top of the other photo and kind of bring all those same elements together. So I took my wide photo, turned my flash on, pointed it up to the sky, and took a few flash photos of the snow, knowing that I could overlay the two on top of each other. So once I did my overlay of the couple dancing on top of the wide photo, I then took my photo of the snow, simply dragged it over on top. Then I went to layers and went to the blending mode. I used the lighten section and overlaid it right on top. So I know some people are gonna ask, hey, why didn't you just have your flash on you and photograph it with the flash at the first place? Well, first of all, I just didn't have a flash on me. Second, to photograph this scene, I was photographing at 1/60th of a second at f1.4 at 3200, which is pretty much the max exposure, the max amount of light that my camera can let in without being way too noisy and way too just difficult. So in doing that, if I'm photographing at 1.4, and I'm photographing with a flash shooting at the snow, I'm gonna get way bigger out of focus elements, and I wanted the snow to feel a little bit smaller and a little more kind of like it would have felt like to see it all in real life. So I was able to stop down my lens a lot and get a lot smaller snowflakes by shooting it separately and then overlaying it on top. And the last bit of it is that I was also able to make sure that there weren't giant snow elements and stuff like that overlaying on top of my couple, keeping them kind of clean in the frame and making sure that, yeah, everything just looked really nice and clean and I wasn't getting a giant obstruction over their faces or anything like that. So again, just to recap, I ran out during the dance to take this photo. I realized I then wanted a wider shot, so I came out, took the second photo. While I was taking it, I also realized that snow was just such a big part of it that I wanted to capture those same things. So I took a photo separately of just the snow, overlaid that on top as well, and used the lighten blending mode to kind of just overlay it on top. And that's how we got our final image. Thanks so much for watching, and if you guys liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have any questions about anything about this video and the cameras I'm shooting, there's a ton of information that I didn't necessarily go over that might be useful to you, so please leave a question or a comment in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, or any of my videos helpful, I'd love it if you would share these, let your friends know, all that stuff. I'm definitely a channel that's just starting out and trying to kind of like build this whole thing, and the more, good response I get, the more likely I'm going to make more videos. So anyway, thanks so much again, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.